Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's your man, Cowboy Star, coming back at you. That's right, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Well, it's taken me a couple of days, folks, to get over that loss we had last week to the Jacksonville Jaguars, the 5-8 at the time Jacksonville Jaguars. The Cowboys laid an egg in the second half. Played great in the first half, but the second half, it was like we didn't know how to stop anybody. I mean, Jacksonville just ran up and down the field on us, and as a result, the Cowboys dropped to 10-4. But we have a chance at redemption today. We play against the hated Philadelphia Eagles today. If we can pull this game off, the Eagles are playing without their starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who has a shoulder injury he sustained against the Bears last week. One of the Bears tackled him and fell on the side of him and fell on his shoulder and injured his AC joint. And they're saying it's not serious, but we'll see about that. Hopefully, I'm not wishing no injury on anybody, but you never know. They're not going to tell you the truth. But one Gardner Minshew will be playing quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles today. So hopefully he can't be as good a runner as Hurts. We can get some pressure on him, and we need to win this game, folks, because there still is an outside chance, although it be very slim chance. But if the Eagles lose the rest of their games and the Cowboys win out, we would be the number one seed in the NFC, and we would win the NFC East. So there is still something to play for in this game. I want to get y'all caught up on the practice squad call-ups for this game. Brock Hoffman, who is a center, and I think he can also play guard or tackle, but he is going to be brought up to the 53 for an insurance player. Mackenzie Alexander, he's a nickel corner. He's going to be brought up from the practice squad. We acquired him recently, as I spoke in a previous video about. And that's pretty much all the call-ups from the practice squad. We already have Kendall Sheffield up on the 53. He was on the practice squad, but we put him up on the 53 last week. So we've got some cornerback depth help here since we've had all these injuries with Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown being out on injury reserve. Now, the injury report for this week looks kind of like this. Jake Ferguson, who had a concussion last week, is questionable. I kind of doubt he's going to play today. But Dorrance Armstrong, who had a concussion, is going to play today. And Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs, who had an illness all week, will play today as well. LVE, though, who sustained that neck injury last week against Jacksonville, he's going to be out for today's game. So, and also Sam Williams, who got in a car wreck a couple of days ago, and he sustained a concussion and a neck strain. He'll be out for the game today. So the Cowboys have some key players that are out in this game, but I'll tell you something, Cowboys need to show up today. Maybe today, unlike last week, we won't take the team lightly. The Cowboys always seem to play down to the competition. Like we played the Colts. We didn't play as great a game in the first half as we should have. Ended up scoring 30-something points in the last quarter. That game was closer than it looked. We struggled in overtime against the Texans, almost lost that game. And then we laid an egg in the second half against the Jaguars. So this is a good team. The Eagles are a good team, so perhaps the Cowboys will come in and be prepared to win this game. Keys to the game today, as most always, I'm going to reiterate them. It's usually the same old song and dance on the keys to the game, but If the Cowboys are to win this game today against the Eagles, for sure, we need to stop the run first and foremost, and we need to get pressure on Minshew and have a couple of sacks, make him uncomfortable. Minshew's not a statue back there, folks. He can run. He's not a runner like Hurts, but he can run. He's not stationary back there, so we're gonna have to watch him. Hopefully, we can get some good pressure on him. We also, of course, have to beat the other team we're playing. That's the referees. We got to hold the penalties down in this game if we want to win. And also, the last key to the game is the turnover battle. We have to win the turnover battle. If we go in there and turn over the ball several times, Dak throws key interceptions, fumbles, whatever it may be, we're not going to win this game, folks. I predict it's going to be a close game. Cowboys are predicted on the betting lines to win by 4.5, but I think it's going to be like a 2 or 3 point win if the Cowboys can pull it off. Either way, it's going to be a 2 or 3 point game. It's not going to be a blowout, folks. This team is we're facing is solid from top to bottom. So if the Cowboys want to win, they're going to have to earn it today. But that last game, folks, the one thing that still mystifies me is when the Cowboys, we had the lead with around 2 minutes left in the game. We had the ball. It was we got the ball back. We held the Jags. They had to punt it to us. We had the ball with 2 minutes left, and they had one timeout. The Jags had one timeout left. We ran it the first 2 downs, and they had to call their first 2 timeouts, but we didn't gain much. So it was like 3rd down and 8. What do we do? Instead of running the ball on the 3rd down to make them burn that last timeout, the Cowboys decide they're going to win the game at that one play. And as only the Cowboys would do, they passed the ball down the field. It was incomplete on the sideline, incomplete, and it stopped the clock. So not only, we did them 2 favors. We not only stopped the clock for them without them calling a timeout, we saved them the timeout. So that saved probably at least 40 to 50 seconds right there on the time clock. Because if they would have called that, they would have called the timeout, but still, when we punted the ball, that would have ran off probably another 30 or 40 seconds. So to me, the Jags would not have had enough time to, tie the game with that field goal because they wouldn't have been able to get in field goal range. They wouldn't have had enough time. So if the Cowboys didn't learn anything from that last game, it's crucial time management, and I blame the coaches on that. Yeah, you could say that they went ahead and tried to win the game, which that's good. They were being aggressive, but why didn't they be aggressive on 1st down? If that's the case, if they were going to try to win the game, why wait till 3rd down to try to win the game? Is my point. And I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just speaking the way I feel that I think we'd have won that game if they would have made them call that last time out on 3rd down and ran the ball like they should have. So, anyway, that game's over with. There's nothing we can do about it. But it would have been nice to win that game because if we'd have won that game, this would be a different meaning to this game that we're playing today against the Eagles. So, with that being said, again, I want to wish all you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. And those of you who already have, thank you very much. And if anything else breaks between now and game time, I'll be sure and get on here and report it. With that being said, we'll catch you next time. I'm out.